Okay, in this video, I want to talk to you briefly about business career fairs and business competitions. Okay, these are a huge benefit for business students that oftentimes are not taken advantage of. Okay, so let's address business career fairs to start with. Now, your school probably, or your business school or the overall college, the Career Development Center or whatever it's called will put on these business career fairs, and they're extremely beneficial without a doubt. Local employers come in, they're looking for part-time employees, interns, and full-time employees, sometimes during schools or during the summer or post-graduation, right? So they're looking to hire graduates. You also at these career fairs see graduate schools and things like that. So just overall, they're incredibly beneficial. But these aren't the only career fairs. Okay, there are career fairs put on by cities, by metropolitan areas, by interest groups like women's groups, veterans groups, minority groups, things like that, that are extremely beneficial. And oftentimes these career fairs, even if they are put on by a special interest group, they are not limited solely to individuals from that group. Okay, now oftentimes you can work with your career development center to identify these types of career fairs. Okay, they'll have information about them so you can be sure to take advantage of them, right? You won't miss the dates. You know what the process for signing up. Oftentimes the school will have some level of sponsorship already, that type of thing. So any costs that may be defrayed by the Career Development Center, that type of thing. Okay, so you want to work with your Career Development Center first just to find out about that kind of stuff. A couple to remember, particularly these are for MBA students, but they are the biggest career fairs in the country. One of them is the National Black MBA Student Career Fair, and the other one is the Prospanica. It used to be, well, it combined with a couple, but now it's Prospanica. And it's, once again, it's not just for minority students from those demographics, right? It's for anyone. And they happen to be the biggest MBA recruiting fairs in the country. Students come there. It's kind of compared to a meat market, right? You basically have this large facility with tons of employers and booths that are just meeting people on one day, accepting resumes, reviewing it, and then the next day or over the next 2 days you'll be invited back to interviews if the employers are interested. So many students come away with internship offers and full-time job offers from these types of fairs, okay, in some of the biggest and best companies in the world. These types of scenarios oftentimes are imperative if you want to work in these larger professional service and Fortune 500 companies that don't recruit at your school, right? Going to these career fairs, it is highly likely that representatives from their work teams and HR departments are there, okay, taking interviews, meeting students, setting up interviews, that type of thing. So once again, incredibly beneficial. All right. Now, that being said, now let's move on to business competitions. And the reason I address these together is because oftentimes business competitions have a career fair function attached to it. Now, these career fairs won't be as large as your dedicated career fairs, but it'll be employers specifically focused on recruiting interns, part-time, full-time, postgraduate employees who have the skills that they witness during these competitions. Okay, now there are lots of types of competitions like this. The most common are strategy competitions, marketing/sales competitions, lots of IT, networking, that type of thing, competitions. You also have, like I say, finance competitions and others, right? And really the competitions are simply identifying problems within a specific skill set that's, like I say, in whatever field of study you're approaching, sales, finance, analytics, that type of thing. And you'll work on problems, right? As part of a competition, a group of students compete with other teams. But once again, huge networking function there. You have the opportunity to network with these large employers, oftentimes who are sponsoring these types of events. But once again, you can potentially set up interviews, receive job offers, that type of thing. I've personally watched over the years that students without fail go to these competitions, come back with interviews to follow with exceptional companies, and oftentimes full-time job offers post-graduation, right, that are just waiting on them until they finish their degree. So that being said, take advantage of these opportunities together. Business career fairs and business competitions are huge. You can learn about these business competitions the same way through your career development center or through the appropriate channels within your business school. And if no, like I say, we have a link to a number of resources that you can find out about these things on thebusinessprofessor.com. So once again, take advantage of these huge career resource benefits.